Hey everybody, it is the postseason, our first Coach's Corner of the second season. I'm Bob Rombach. This is Coach Hale, head coach of the Grantsburg Pirates. Conference champs, number 2 seed, and ready to get the playoffs rolling. Finally feels like football weather tonight.
Yeah, hoodies came out, and it's nice. It's a nice night for practice.
Nice and crisp, but not freezing
windy,
cold, not windy.
windy.
Finished the season nice and strong. Went over a rival, got by Unity. Kind of just took control from the beginning and didn't let them score. And what do you think about that game?
It was a good one to finish on. Again, for what was at stake, we talked about that last week. Winning it outright was important to the guys. Mm-hmm. Winning the rivalry games is important. Even though they were down, they'd been playing better, as the year went on, like we mentioned, and coming out strong and scoring early, and then just kind of keeping at it and limiting mistakes on both sides of the ball. Keep them out of the end zone on that first big drive they had was nice. So everything kind of came together and took care of business.
Yeah, right on. Finish the conference season undefeated. Only loss of the year came to St. Croix Falls early in the season. They finished the season undefeated and got a number 1 seed. So all that to say, you guys are a pretty darn good team this year. As we head towards playoffs, you take on Chautauqua Weyerhaeuser, who you did beat a few weeks ago, but a little bit different this time with Chautauqua. It'll be here, but I know they've got guys, at least one guy who's coming back. What can you tell us about that?
Yeah, we probably talked about it before we played him last time, not knowing he wasn't going to play. But
I didn't realize until the middle of the first quarter that he wasn't playing.
Their quarterback's a really good player. He was probably, 80% of their offense. And he got hurt and dinged up that week against us and didn't play. Now he's back. He throws a really good ball. He's a big kid too, not huge, but good size, 6'1" probably. Runs the ball really well, so he's got, their rushing touchdowns, their rushing yards, and obviously their passing yards, and does a really nice job for him, so he'll be one that we have to definitely limit.
Yeah, so how do you treat something like this where obviously the quarterback is different, but everything else is pretty much the same? They run the same defense. You guys are basically the same, so they know they have a they saw us recently too, so how do you do you just go out there and you don't have to give away any secrets or anything, but what's the attitude? Like, are you going to change a bunch of stuff? Or are you just going to do what you do? Or how does that
Well, I think
work?
This happens to us a lot. We play in the playoffs. It seems like we're always playing a conference team. So go back and you look at what you did well, and obviously want to repeat some of that stuff. But then also, how can you change some things, whether it's a formation or just a little tweak on a play to maybe give you an advantage in that. For them, defensively, you assume they're going to do the same thing defensively, and so you prepare for that. If they don't, then you got to adjust, and it's week 10.
Yeah.
So you've seen a lot. So I think, guys can kind of, adjust on the fly if they all of a sudden come out in a different front, play some different coverages. We've seen about everything to this point.
Right.
So hopefully guys can adjust if they do something different, and just kind of have a plan that way.
Right. So, it'd be like, hey, you guys remember what we did against Ladysmith in the second half? We need to do something. Is that kind of what you're saying, just on the fly type of stuff?
And this more, even versus odd fronts. Okay, again, we've seen a lot.
Gotcha.
Teams blitzing a lot or not blitzing a lot, and then man or zone coverages. When in a nutshell, it comes down to that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
And we've gone against all of that.
Yeah.
So I think guys, have a pretty good grasp on adjusting that way, but we'll see, knock on wood, we could come out and they could do something different and we could struggle with it, you never know, so got to just be prepared.
Right, well, you've got to the passing, obviously Ladysmith still kind of fresh in our minds, even last week with Unity, they like to throw the ball around, they had some success, but Ladysmith obviously had a lot of success, and this quarterback is in the upper part.
400 yards successful? 390 something? Is that successful?
I just wanted to kind of gloss over that a little bit. I know it's probably cost you some sleep, but 396 yards against. But you guys made the plays when you needed to make the plays. Big, interception there when things looked like it was just going to go back and forth. You guys got the pick, and then were able to. But 396 is a lot of yards.
Yeah, you got to do a little better than that.
Not to harp on it, but
can't give that up.
But
Friday,
they were so, I mean, we talked about it, how precise and how good of passes those were. And
yeah, they played well.
just corner of the end zone or down the sideline between two defenders that had them bracketed pretty well. Like it's not like Grantsburg played that bad a defense. There were I'm sure some things you'd like to clean up, but they were pretty good. So anyway, we're getting ahead of ourselves. Might have Ladysmith down the road. They're kind of on the they're the other side of the bracket where they would have to beat the number 1 seed for us to get a rematch. But I kind of think they could do it. I don't know, but that's potential. It's a non-zero chance for sure. But yeah, so you guys you can't like rest on your laurels for this one because you beat Chautauqua Weyerhaeuser pretty big last time, but they're getting that guy back, so you guys are a little bit susceptible to the passing. So I would imagine that's a point of emphasis during the week here. Good.
Yeah, I mean they got their best player back.
Yeah.
So that gets, I think, guys focused to understand. And then
Yeah.
we've worked on it the last 3 weeks now with passing teams. So I think we have gotten a little bit better each week.
Mm-hmm.
You know, that first game, we're still, mixing some things up and doing some things for the first time, compared to the majority of the season, seeing a lot of run teams. Mm-hmm. So we've adjusted and gotten a little bit better and gotten more practice at it, and I think that's helped. And hopefully just keep getting sharper at that aspect. Have to this time of year. I mean,
yeah, right. Yeah, everything's got to sharpen up both sides of the ball for sure. But you guys have had a really tremendous season. I mean, I don't know. This is a fun ride. This is a fun group. Like we've talked about before, led by I think the offensive line. It's a fun team to watch, and it's one that we've kind of seen grow from the beginning. We didn't know. I didn't know just exactly how good or what we were going to have this year, but it's been really, really fun to watch these guys. And yeah, so any final thoughts on the end of the regular season?
No, conference champs, that's always
3
the
years
number
in a
one
row.
goal.
Yep.
So to accomplish that, no matter what happens in the playoffs, a very successful season. And I told the kids that we always say this playoffs is the player's season, the second season. I mean, it's how far you guys want to go. So, we've accomplished a lot of things, but hey, let's understand what's at stake now and how you can make a special run, if things go well and you play well. So keep that focus and just see what happens.
Yeah, exactly. That's awesome. So Friday night, 7 o'clock out here at Robert W. Olson Field. It's going to be a good one. What's the weather supposed to be like? I haven't looked.
I think nice, decent, cool, yeah.
Nice. So come on out, enjoy some more Grantsburg football, and we will see you there. If not, we'll see you on the live stream. Have a great night, everybody.